Your brain is the most powerful organ in your body, but every day you might be quietly sabotaging it. Every habit, every choice, even small daily routines can either sharpen your mind or silently erode it. Imagine waking up one day and realizing that fatigue, forgetfulness, mood swings, and poor focus aren't just random. They are the results of hidden daily habits you've been unknowingly repeating. Today we're uncovering 7 of these habits, simple, seemingly harmless routines that could be destroying your brain from the inside out. By the end of this video, you'll never look at your daily life the same way again. The brain is astonishingly resilient, capable of forming new connections, learning complex skills, and adapting to almost anything life throws at it. Yet, even this extraordinary organ has limits. While we focus on diet, exercise, and memory exercises, most of us ignore the silent culprits that chip away at our mental sharpness. Think about your typical day, scrolling mindlessly through social media, rushing through meals, grabbing another cup of coffee to push through fatigue, staying up late, or multitasking endlessly. These habits might feel normal, even productive, but what if they are actively harming your neurons, memory, and emotional balance? The problem is that damage doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in slowly, subtly, like water seeping into a foundation. You might notice forgetfulness, irritability, or lack of focus, but rarely connect it to your daily routine. Science calls these cognitive saboteurs, habits that silently weaken memory, reduce attention, and even accelerate aging in the brain. Real-life stories confirm this. People in high-pressure jobs, constantly juggling responsibilities, often report brain fog, anxiety, and memory lapses. Yet, when their routines are examined, a pattern emerges. Lack of sleep, overconsumption of sugar, chronic stress, and overstimulation. Understanding these habits is the first step toward reclaiming your mental power. Once you recognize the subtle ways you might be undermining your own brain, you can make changes that have immediate and long-term benefits. Let's explore the 7 daily habits that quietly destroy your brain. 1. Chronic sleep deprivation. Sleep isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. During deep sleep, the brain clears out toxins and consolidates memories. Skipping sleep or staying on irregular schedules prevents this brain cleaning, leading to cognitive decline, poor focus, and memory loss. 2. Excess sugar and processed foods. High sugar intake fuels inflammation in the brain, damages neurons, and impairs learning. Processed foods often lack the nutrients your brain needs to function optimally, leaving you fatigued and foggy. 3. Multitasking and constant distraction. Every time you switch tasks or respond to notifications, your brain expends energy trying to reorient. Chronic multitasking reduces attention span, lowers productivity, and erodes the ability to focus deeply. 4. Sedentary lifestyle. Physical exercise doesn't just build muscles, it nurtures your brain. Without movement, blood flow decreases, reducing oxygen and nutrients that neurons rely on. Sedentary habits are linked to memory problems, slower thinking, and even shrinkage in brain regions responsible for learning. 5. Chronic stress. Stress floods the brain with cortisol, which over time damages neurons, shrinks the hippocampus, critical for memory, and increases anxiety and depression. Stress isn't just emotional, it's neurological. 6. Digital overload. Endless scrolling, notifications, and binge-watching rewire your brain for instant gratification. This reduces patience, diminishes working memory, and can make the brain crave constant stimulation at the cost of long-term focus. 7. Neglecting mental stimulation. Just as muscles atrophy without exercise, the brain weakens when not challenged. Avoiding learning, reading, or problem-solving leaves your mind sluggish and vulnerable to cognitive decline. Each of these habits alone is damaging, but combined, they create a storm of mental erosion. What's frightening is how normal and routine these behaviors feel. We rarely recognize them as threats. Now picture your brain 10 years from now. Without intervention, the cumulative effects of these habits manifest as chronic forgetfulness, diminished problem-solving abilities, emotional instability, and even early-onset cognitive disorders. Imagine struggling to recall a loved one's name or facing challenges at work because your focus and memory fail you. This is not just hypothetical. Studies show that lifestyle-related brain damage is preventable, yet millions unknowingly accelerate their own decline. The brain's vulnerability lies in its adaptability. Neuroplasticity is a blessing and a curse. When exposed to harmful habits, your brain rewires itself in destructive ways, reinforcing poor focus, stress, and dependency on stimulation. The intensity of the impact is most apparent when people finally realize the consequences of their habits. It's a slow-burning crisis, one that creeps into relationships, work, and mental health. The stark reality is that most people spend decades eroding their mental potential without ever realizing it until symptoms become too pronounced to ignore. The most terrifying aspect? These are habits almost everyone has adopted. Sleeping late, stress-driven work routines, constant screen time, making brain deterioration feel invisible, inevitable, and unstoppable, unless action is taken now. The silver lining is that the brain is incredibly resilient. Even after years of harmful habits, conscious changes can reverse damage and strengthen cognitive function. 1. Prioritize sleep. Commit to 7 to 9 hours of restorative sleep. Establish a consistent bedtime and wind-down routine. Your brain will thank you. 2. Nourish your brain. Reduce sugar, avoid processed foods, and embrace nutrient-rich meals filled with omega-3s, antioxidants, and whole foods that fuel neuron growth. 3. Limit multitasking and distractions. Focus on single tasks, silence notifications, and dedicate uninterrupted time to deep work or learning. 4. Exercise regularly. Even 30 minutes of walking daily increases blood flow to the brain, reduces stress, and promotes neurogenesis, the creation of new neurons. 5. Manage stress. Mindfulness, meditation, journaling, or even simple breathing exercises reduce cortisol levels and protect your hippocampus. 6. Control digital consumption. Schedule screen-free periods, avoid endless scrolling, and engage in activities that promote reflection and patience. 7. Stimulate your mind. Read, solve puzzles, learn new skills, or engage in creative activities. Challenge is the key to mental resilience. These aren't extreme changes. They're actionable habits that transform your brain's trajectory. Small shifts compound into monumental benefits over time, protecting memory, focus, emotional balance, and overall cognitive health. Ask yourself this: if your daily choices shape the future of your mind, are you building the brain you want or quietly destroying it? Take control today. Reflect, act, and share this knowledge, because awareness is the first step toward a sharper, healthier, and unstoppable brain.